They're having all these sales. I'm not having money. How do we make that line up correctly? It don't. Thank you. Very much given annoyed. Very much upset. Stores have the nerve to have sales, especially when I can't even afford the clearance rack. Cause why you got $16.99 items on the clearance rack? Are you okay? See why we be changing? I meant they, cause I don't do that. Be changing them price tags while you in the store. Them, cause I don't be doing that stuff like that. But I see why they be in them. Changing them price tags on the items. Because why is a tubie top $10.99, $21.99? Why is a spaghetti strap undershirt in the wintertime $12.99? I've been trying to find so many ways to make additional money, to make extra income to afford the lifestyle that I absolutely must live before I leave this earth one day. And let's just say I ain't found nothing worth nothing yet.
I don't know if it's just me, but like as a woman, the best kind of man to be around is a man that just like knows everything about anything. Like I could literally be like, oh my god, this tree is so cute, and he could be like, did you know that trees do this and that, and back in 1984, like that's just such a stimulating person to be around and engage with. Like, I don't know how you guys date men that just like, oh yeah, smoke, drink, yeah, 2K, video games, blah, blah. But like, it's so good as a person when you have someone that stimulates your brain. But ladies, also learn, do your studies, study something, nerd out on something, because he wants that probably in return as well. It sucks when you're the only person doing the stimulating and you're not getting any stimulation back. Like, what I mean by this is like, imagine being in a relationship where like you know stuff and you're teaching somebody about stuff, and then like they don't teach you anything. Like you're just feeding, and you're getting nothing back in return. Yeah.
Did you know that Brazilian soldiers were getting whipped in the army? And this took place in the late 1800s, early 1900s. So much that they had to petition to get it banned. And they weren't only getting whipped in Brazil. Brazilian fighters were all over Europe, including France, Spain, UK, all over Europe. I'm gonna give y'all like 5 or 6 different facts. Did you know that shortly after the Haitian Revolution, Virginia made it illegal to emancipate slaves? For a short period of time, but they definitely made it illegal to free slaves. Did you know that babies were forced to be chased by alligators in the zoo in New York in 1919? If you didn't know this, I'm proud to be the one to tell you. You know the capital of Liberia, right? Monrovia? Why is it named after President Monroe, who actually hated black people? Did you know that when the Civil Rights Act was finally passed, black people were so anxious to test it out to see if it would actually be in effect that a group of black boys, and this happened all over the South, but right now I'm going to be talking about Marion, Alabama, or Marion, Mississippi, wherever it's at, Marion. There was a group of black boys who went to a diner. They ordered a burger and some Cokes, right? Their Cokes were laced with salt. First of all, their burgers were inflated to $5. And when one of the guys paid the $5 for the burger just to see if they would get it, his burger came undercooked and they refused to cook it. And when that was brought to the police, like, hey, they're infringing on our rights, the police did nothing. So 700 students within Marion decided to boycott and march and protest to the courthouse and the county jail and demand that something be happened, but nothing happened. But they started to sing civil rights songs, like hymns almost. And the police said if they sang another song, they were going to be arrested. They arrested 700 students that day. 700 kids were arrested for exercising their First Amendment right, actually. Okay. Did you know that I have a nonprofit dedicated to keeping Black history in our communities and in our schools? Right now, I'm working on an after-school 2-hour program taught by HBCU students who are majoring in African American studies. And it's just going to be the content that you see on here plus some more. It's going to be the topics that they don't cover in school because our history is important. If you want to help me, please tap the link tree in my bio, donate, also vote for me. I'll be making a separate video about that today. But did y'all know this?
I just got off my first 2 calls. Link in my bio. Go book a one-on-one with me. TikTok. Not just growing on TikTok, but personalized TikTok information. Everybody can't do the same thing. Everybody don't want to see you doing the same thing. So somebody over here could be hitting big off Get Ready With Me's, but the person over here just got to talk. Simple as that. And they don't honestly put forth the same type of work because the time that it takes you to edit all those videos, because they want to watch you get ready, is not the same type of effort that the person over here that just got to pick up a camera and talk has to put in. One thing that I do know is information is valuable. Knowledge is key. When you don't know how to do something and you're trying to obtain things that somebody else has and get to a level that somebody else has reached, the most important thing that you can do is invest in yourself by gaining knowledge. So sometimes if you got to spend a little couple of dollars, that's just what you got to do to get information. We all had to do it. I had to do it. Did I want to do it? No, but if I can go get some $100 nails and get my toes done and go shop every weekend, I could. TJ Maxx, listen, Burlington, if those other stores can get your money, you can invest in yourself, and you don't always have to do so by buying a $500 course for somebody. Link in my bio. Go book your one and help you get monetized. Let's run this bag up.
So y'all remember Brown v. Board of Education? The court case that basically got rid of the whole separate but equal thing? Did you know that it was actually 4 cases consolidated into one? Brown v. Board of Education is actually a great example of how to use strategy. It took some years to build the perfect case because this is something that we had to address. Now, if you don't know what Brown v. Board of Education is, I'm going to go into each case individually in different videos so that we can kind of like, add a little oomph because details matter. But to put it briefly, it's basically when the NAACP decided to challenge Plessy v. Ferguson. If you don't know what that is, that's basically the whole separate but equal. That's when it became legal for us black people to be treated as separate citizens and not the same type of citizen as a white person. Now, Plessy v. Ferguson went on for some years before black people was just like, oh, absolutely not, we're not living like this. Real quick, I have a nonprofit fighting to keep black history in schools, and I could use a lot of help if you tap the links in my bio. Press all them buttons, figure it out. Vote for me, donate to my nonprofit, reach out to me if you think you can help, but yeah, let's get back to it. Also, you can buy either this or this on my Etsy. You know you want one, it goes with everything. The NAACP chose 4 major cases fighting on 4 different grounds when it came to the education system. That can be grounds of busing and like getting rid of the discriminatory practices on school buses, making sure that there's buses in black neighborhoods to get them to their schools so that the kids ain't gotta walk no 40 fucking miles to go to school, there and back. Food, school supplies, everything. There was a lot of different grounds that all 4 of these cases touched on, and that's why Brown v. Board of Education was so successful, because they had to build that groundwork, they had to get that foundation, and they came through swinging. The name of the 4 individual cases that I'll be covering is Gebhardt v. Belton, Davis versus County School Board of Prince Edward County. That one is actually interesting because the entire county closed all those schools for 5 fucking years, had no plan on opening them back just because they had to allow black people in their schools. Crazy. But anyway, Briggs v. Elliott and Oliver Brown versus Board of Education in Topeka. All of those tried in the Supreme Court under a unanimous decision, overturning